Hello, my lovely subscribers. Hello, YouTubers. Thank you so much for your love and your support. I do apologize for my mail situation. I am working very hard to get that situated. They are closed today. They're not closed, but I'm giving them a moment to get it in the system, and then I'm going to call them on Monday and get the 411. I didn't do a video last night. I was exhausted. I have been putting up pictures, cleaning this house, scrubbing the corners with, I mean, like, you name it, I'm over here doing it. So hopefully I get it right. You know how people come over your house and then they're looking at it and then you're like, ooh, hopefully it looks great. Anyway, it's over. It's over, guys. My subscribers, you loyal subscribers, even the new ones, thank you. This is the moments, these moments I have been waiting on. I've been waiting on this karma moment. I've been waiting on, see, I told you so. Or, you know what I'm saying? See how this ended? No, it wasn't great for the royal family in the beginning because they were the ones that were being trashed. I felt very sorry for them. I did. That was one of the main reasons I came on here because, truth be told, like, I'm going to show you this video that's coming up. Kisses to you guys. Mwah! For all the love that you give me. I'll show you this video. America is done. Harry will always be a prince. Meghan will always be Meghan. And she will not be, it will take decades. And that is not trying to put anything on her, but she brought this on herself. If she doesn't have her reputation, she has nothing. The main reason she married Harry is so that we could know who she is. And no matter how hard she tries, no matter what crusade that she continues to go on and be in denial about what's going on around her, she can. But I think the numbers are going to start to show. Bring the TIG, bring the memoir, bring it. It will flop. No one's supporting someone that is blaming and trashing their entire family. And like someone said, you can't be trusted. And then why would you put yourself in a situation where you befriend this woman and then she treats you like crap? Michelle Obama saw her coming a mile a minute. You're just one of those people that are just trying to get to the top. And as soon as you married a prince, you didn't even let the... I'm supposed to reach out to you, Meghan, Michelle Obama. No, you're reaching out to me. It's over. It's over here in the United States. It's not because of her talent. Meghan is beautiful. She don't even have to talk. She shouldn't. All she had to do was wear Dior. Dior came out quickly to let everybody know that we are not representing them. That was a straight up diss from Dior. Because if Dior didn't want their name on it, first of all, you want Dior to be like, oh, wear it. Yes. Harry's wearing Dior to the coronation and Meghan's going to be the next face of it. Dior said, oh, hell no. That ain't going down over here. So what I just heard is that Dior doesn't want any claims to these two. They don't want to even be associated with them. And they don't want them associated. In other words, I'm not for Meghan and Harry. So if you want to buy the clothes, if you want to, but don't base it off of them because they're not going to be the face. They came out the next day saying, we are not signing them. Get those lies out. I don't want these rumors going around. That's a company that's protecting their brand. And when brands are running from you over here and denouncing you, that's worse. That's the worst thing that can happen. That you the brand tells you, no, we're not. I'm going to be the next face of Dior. No, she's not. Other brands see that. And like, oh, Dior pushed way back on these two. And poor Harry. Harry's going to Africa to do something. Because that's his job. This is what's happening. Meghan blames Harry for Spotify, Netflix, and all of that as to why their brand has gone down. So now she wants to separate herself from her husband, thinking that it's him and not her, because that's that delusion. Meghan, here's to you. It's not your husband. It's you. It is you, Meghan. It's you. You married him. You told him you were suicidal. You told him his whole family was bad. You told him that his country and the newspapers were racist. You had your muscle, Harry, your accessory. You had him do all of this for you because without Harry's approval or pinpoint to do any of this stuff, she wouldn't have been able to do it. Oh, okay, she could have went on Oprah by herself, but Harry didn't have to sit there and approve. He did. And she knows she needed him to do that, and that's why she was hanging on to him like a thread. But here's the thing. It's your fault. Let me tell you why. These are your ideas. You came up with all of this stuff. Harry didn't come up with this. He didn't have a book called Spare Before You. He wasn't suing everyone for you so they can stop. He wasn't suing the media for you before you came on the scene. Chelsea had moved on. Now Chelsea's back in the scene because of you. You said something. This pisses me off, and I know it goes down the line. Calling Katie, Wadey, Katie, like you. Who are you to talk about me to the world? And then the nerve of her to get up with a statement. Stop messing with me. You're messing up my brand. The Journal just told her, the Wall Street Journal just told her that they were flops. And the reason why is because of themselves. Who's not listening? Hello? It's you. And right after the Journal said that, she turns around and says that they're messing with me and they're messing with my brand and then making excuses as to why that she's building. No. Stop the blaming and take a good look. And PR, WME, like they're talking about you guys now. Because you're not going to be able to do anything with this. Meghan must be one of those, and this is the kicker. Those that keep thinking that they are. I was watching some segment. It was a segment. I don't know her name, but she was a black lady, and she was almost giving Meghan her props and saying that, you know, they have a good concept, a good idea. Meghan will continue to make money on a low scale. And it will be the Sussex squad is the only ones that's buying it because the person that just said that ain't buying it. Did you buy her book? The Bench? Did you buy Freedom? Are you going to buy the End Game? Because that's all her. The nerve of her to still be going after the royal family. And you can't say that she's not because she's a part of the Obi Scobie team. And if you're a part of the Obi Scobie team, that's an insult to the royal family within itself. And we see that as Americans. And we're like, oh, she's ruthless. In a minute, they're going to be talking about how this is how it's going to switch. This conversation is going to switch. We're going to start sounding like the UK because we already are. Meghan's brand is over because of her going after the royal family and talking about family. We don't play that over here. We just don't. And we don't forget. And we can't see past that. I'm switching. I hope you guys got that because I wanted to make some points in between there. Anyway, moving on. Like I was demonstrating, you have trash everywhere. You can't see around you. It's just trash everywhere. How can you see anything other than trash? I can't see Meghan's brand. I can't see bench. I can't see Endgame. I can't see this. I can't see anything but her trashing all of her whole family. Come on. It's over. It's been over. We're just finding out. She's going to hang on and keep perpetuating, thinking that oh, it's okay. In denial. It's a denial. It's denial. But here's the problem. The United States are talking and they're changing the subject. They're talking about not her talent. Because Meghan, like I said, she's beautiful. She's gorgeous. She could have did it. She could have came over here and rocked it. She could have had her podcast. She could have her Netflix series. Her and Harry could be in Africa doing it. Oprah helped her tarnish her brand. Because the brand should have never been about trashing the royal family. And that's where it's going to end. Yes, the frog. Why is this news? Frogmore Cottage. That's not news. They got evicted months ago. The only news to that to me is the fact that they don't have nowhere to stay when they get there. They're going to have to call King Charles and say, look, we need a room. But they should be used to that. They stayed with Gail allegedly in New York City. They didn't stay in no hotel. They wasn't getting no room. They couldn't afford the $8,000. Okay, I'm ranting. I want you to hear a little bit of this, okay? Because I want to break it down. I've been talking about this and I'm not going to get off of it. I'm sorry. If this is not what you want to hear, please forgive me, guys. But I am on the brand. I am on the reputation because that's all Meghan has. That's where I started off talking about how she manipulated her husband, her asset, to come over here and trash the family. Oh, and now she's bailing. She's doing her own thing as if he was the problem. You're the problem. Maybe Harry can start working on his own reputation now that you're not messing with it. But as long as he's still connected with you, he's just going to keep doing this. As much as he would like for us to start loving him again, Harry, sorry, it's not going to happen. And unfortunately, because you keep getting it wrong. I heard the speech he had to his mom, and it was not positive. It felt negative to me. He wanted to talk about how he was still struggling. He said it in so many ways, like there's these issues. What do issues have to do with your mom's birthday? Okay, moving on. And I don't know what the speech was and all of that. So William sounded so wonderful. I heard it on Sue Smith's channel, and it was wonderful. I also want to give a shout out to Sumi. I haven't seen her in a minute. She puts out videos every now and then, but I do like her. She's such a sweetheart. And Gardner, all the YouTubers that gave me shout outs, and thank you guys. I do appreciate you. But no, William's speech was wonderful. He talked about others. He talked about how he was going to continue to do things. And then he praised those that were already doing it. Harry, I don't know. His speech got lost. And it got lost because he trashed the royal family. Period. Everything stems around Spare, Netflix, and Oprah. And nothing will fly off the shelf being sold because of all three of those, Meghan. Your memoir will fall. Wait. Bring it out when your popularity starts going up, because then maybe people will want to see, oh, let's see what she's saying now. Because you're still talking about the same stuff. Yourself And you wasn't over there in the royal family long enough to have a whole theatrics of a 10-year span of work over there. And then when we try to figure out who you are over here, it's all fakery too. So here's what I believe too. Americans don't know you, and neither did the UK. And so we're tired of trying to figure out who you are. We're done. It's confusing. And so, not meaning brand-wise. Now, we know the dark side. It don't take a genius to see it. All you got to do is just name something. Oprah. Spare. And you ain't even have to say nothing after that. You don't even have to explain yourself. All you have to do is just say a word. Why did they brand in Oprah? What happened to their reputation? Spare. I'm having fun with that. I really am, as you can see. Let me let you listen to this. Okay, this is going to be 3 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes, but we're going to do a deep dive. This is US Weekly, okay? Very known magazine. They have a whole to-do. We look at them, we watch them. That's one of it's in the middle. It's not the Journal. It is not the Wall Street Journal. The Wall Street Journal is one of those everybody looks at. Let me tell you something. That was a big dig. I want you guys to know that the Journal that I did last week, the Journal their article was very, very damaging to her. It's not, well, everything is. You got the CEOs coming out. Trust me, you don't want someone that big coming out because it gives permission for everybody to just go. It's so over for her. It is so sad. Her mom wasn't there. She kicked her dad smooth out. I would have said, Kira, stop this. I heard this. Is this true? We need to shut this down. We're going to shut this brand thing down. We're going to downsize, and we're going to figure this out. And we're going to stop this. We're going to come back in 5 or so years, and we're going to come out stronger and better. But right now, it's one of those, it's like a death. Her brand is dead, Meghan, because your reputation is. And if you don't have your reputation over here in the United States, you have nothing. No one cares that she's the Duchess of Sussex. I'm going to say it again. No one cares that her name, it's a name. No one cares that she's the Duchess of Sussex. Not now. She has proven, I said all that in the beginning. No one cares. It's a lot. And once you lose your reputation over here, it is extremely difficult to get it back. And here's where you don't want to lose it: with the people around you, Meghan. All your contacts, Michelle Obama, Reese Witherspoon, all these people, these A-listers that she had access to over the people. It's over. And so it's so breaking news because that's what Meghan is all about. The only reason she married Harry was because she wanted this moment, and she was given that moment, and she took it and she squashed it. And they're talking about it. The CEOs, the Journal, everyone. Wow. That's big. And the only thing Meghan can say is, stop, leave me alone. Oh, jeez. United Kingdom. If this would be the time for, if you This would be the time to be feeling sorry for Meghan. This is a feel sorry moment. But it's hard to feel sorry for someone that don't see it themselves, that have to pretend that they're, no, it's not us, it's you. How is the PR? I bet you they want to get rid of her so bad. It hurts. What's going to happen is because they're going to continue to, you can't keep pushing something that's not working. And so if you keep pushing things that's not working, you're going to keep failing at it. But until you realize that, uh-oh, maybe I need to take a different direction because what I've been doing isn't working, it's never going to change. So you're going from 100 million to what? But not just that, you're throwing things out there that people aren't ready for because you're still going into the same direction. Nothing's going to change. What are we going to see? Archie in a little bit, and that's going to bring her brand, her reputation back? Not over here in the United States. Listen to this.
I don't see their brand ever recovering to the strength that it was in the past.
You mentioned sort of, focusing on the brand deals that they have going, and I think that's interesting because we had this rumor about a week ago where Meghan was going to be the face of Dior, and then Dior came out and said, no, absolutely not. We have nothing, we're not working with her. At the same time, Harry has been wearing a lot of bespoke Dior, so we sort of have this weird brand deal going on here where they're not working with them, but they clearly are working with them. Do you think this is a problem for Dior as a brand? And are people still going to buy into the brands that they're connected with?
No.
First, as far as with Dior, I think Dior thinks it's a problem. Otherwise, they would not have issued that statement right away. And I've also heard, too, that from some of my sources, that people on the marketing side and the legal side are trying to talk to him not to wear it.
Did you hear what he said? On the legal side. On the legal side. Dior came out with that statement and said, no, we're not branding you. Because everybody was looking at Dior. Everyone. Okay? I bet you the stars, I bet you the A-listers was like, are you really finna do that? You're finna give them $20 and $30 million? See, Netflix and Spotify is already jacked up. Okay? And see, those people like Steven and the rest of them that, I don't know why Steven didn't know that she was getting 100 million. See, people don't start getting into conversations until they make a spectacle out of themselves. Now Steven's coming out talking about the 100 million, about the money, because he's trying to figure out how they got that kind of money. In other words, he's a little, here's the deal. Dior does not want their name under these two because it's tainted. It's gone. It's one of those things that if they do, then their brand will start diminishing. Woo! That's how bad, I'm going to say it again. Dior doesn't want their name on their stuff. Probably number one, they don't care for Meghan and Harry. Number two is that they don't want their brand to be diminished. See, we were thinking that, oh, well, not me. I was worried about Dior. I was like, really? They're going to do that? That's just crazy. Anyway, Dior was like, wait a minute. They're going down like, you got Spotify cutting them off. You got Netflix trying to. I bet Netflix is so sick of them. They want to let them go, but Netflix, they owe them some money. Anyway, moving back. So basically, sorry guys, I completely forgot my thought, but here's the deal. You got Dior that is like, no, we're not doing this. I am not going to put them on the face of nothing. And people need to get that lie out of here. But I believe it came from somewhere over there in Meghan's camp. And that's probably what pissed them off. because they never agreed to or said that they were going to do that, obviously. And so Dior wanted to be clear that we do not have a deal with them. While Netflix is running around talking about they still working with them, Dior is like, I'm not a fool. I'm not a fool like you, Netflix and Spotify, and going to give them that kind of money. Didn't you see the Oprah show? We saw it. Now their legal team is involved with them to stop wearing their clothes altogether. Let me tell you something. If that isn't a fall from grace, I couldn't tell you what is. I don't want you wearing my... Can you imagine Dior coming out telling Michelle Obama, no, she is not the next brand of Dior. And by the way, our legal team is in contact with them to let them know that that is not going down. That's really bad. I don't, if it was me, that's all I can tell you. If it was me, I would be crying. I'll be in my pillow crying and just really feeling disconnected, because now you don't even want me to wear it. Like you're like in contact with the league. I believe everything that this guy is saying, that their legal team is telling them to stop wearing their clothes. Oh, stop wearing my clothes. Can you imagine? Girl, you better stop wearing my clothes. I used to wear my sister's clothes all the time. She'll come home, I'll have it on. Stop wearing my clothes. Stop wearing my clothes. This is what's going on in the United States. I'm surprised TMZ ain't reporting it. Let's continue.
So that there's no connection.
Stop wearing it so there's no connection.
Involved with right now, the brand's going to suffer until they begin their rebranding, until they begin showing that they're more than...
I'm just going to rewind it a little bit.
Until they begin their rebranding, until they begin showing that they're more than just attacking the royal family and out for themselves. And I think that's what's hurt.
Oh, no, wait. Okay. Did you... I rewinded it because I want you to hear it again. He said, until they stop complaining, trashing the royal family, I'm paraphrasing, and start fixing their reputation, their brand is going to suffer. Let's listen. I rewinded it.
This perception that they're just out for everybody. I think his brief appearance at the coronation, for example, until they begin showing that they're more than just attacking. I mean, regardless of what brand they're involved with, are trying to talk to him not to wear it. Interesting. So that there's no connection. I think, I mean, regardless of what brand they're involved with right now, the brand's going to suffer until they begin their rebranding, until they begin showing that they're more than just attacking the royal family and out for themselves. And I think that's what's hurt them so much, is this perception that they're just out for everybody. I think his brief appearance at the coronation, for example, and how he flew back right away, that did damage to him. All the back and forth with the royal family. And I think also a lot of these brands, Netflix and others, they don't want to be caught up in this swirl that seems to be revolving around them in the battle with the royal family. They're concerned about that. They're concerned of how consumers are going to react. In America, for example, we have that love-hate relationship with the royal family. People are fascinated by it, even if they don't want to monitor the United States. And brands are listening to it. And brands like Netflix and others are also listening and viewing polling, not just in the United States and the UK, but in other foreign markets as well, to see how they're coming across. And the other thing is, too, I've heard as well that various stars in Hollywood do not want to be associated with them because the rumor is they're very difficult to deal with. And the other thing is they don't want Meghan or Harry knifing them in the back at some point. And there's a fear of that. that's another thing I've heard, even with Spotify and with some of the others,